Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota, the place where we try to make sense of those dusty corporate filings. And today we're diving into Kairos Pharma's latest report, which is basically a doctor's note about a new drug. And let me tell you, it's got some interesting stuff in it that could mean big things for patients and the company. Before we get too deep, if you like getting the real story behind company news, make sure you're subscribed. And hey, we've got a fantastic Discord community where you can chat about all things corporate, so join us there. The link is in the description below. So what's this report all about? Well, it's called a Form 8K, which is like a public announcement for important news that isn't a regular financial report. Think of it as the company shouting from the rooftops about something significant. And the big news here is about a drug called ENV-105, which they're testing in patients with a really tough kind of prostate cancer, the kind that has spread and no longer responds to hormone therapy. The really exciting part of this announcement is about how safe the drug is turning out to be. They tested it on the first 10 patients who are also getting standard hormone treatment, and guess what? So far, no major problems, no really bad side effects that force them to stop the treatment, and no surprise, bad reactions either. To break down this big word soup, ENV-105 is a new type of drug that targets something called CD105. They're calling it first in class, which means it's the first drug of its kind to hit the market, which is always a big deal. It's being used alongside another drug, a palidomide, which is a pretty common hormone therapy for this type of cancer. The key takeaway here is that putting them together seems to be working well, and crucially, it's not causing a lot of trouble for the patients. This line is super important for anyone following cancer drug development. In the world of testing new drugs, doctors use grades to talk about how bad side effects are. Grade 1 might be a mild inconvenience, while grade 5 would be something deadly. So seeing no grade 3 or 4 toxicities, which are the more severe categories, is a really strong indicator that this drug is safe to continue testing. It means the side effects, if any, are mild and manageable, and that cancer patients can likely handle them without too much distress. This whole announcement is really just a confirmation of some good news they put out in a press release. Think of this 8K filing as the official way they're telling the world, backed by their formal reporting structure. Now, let's look at how the market sees this. This filing tells us that Kairos Pharma has common stock trading on the NYSE American under the symbol KPAR. For investors, this means their ability to raise money and give returns to shareholders is tied to how well their drugs perform. Interestingly, Kairos Pharma is labeling itself as an emerging growth company. This is a designation for newer companies that get some benefits like being able to delay adopting new accounting rules. It suggests they're still in a growth phase, focusing more on developing their products than on the finely tuned financial reporting of older, larger companies. And what else is in this filing? Well, they've included the press release itself as an exhibit. This is standard practice to make sure all the public information is officially part of their regulatory filings. They also mention an interactive data file. This is a more modern way of presenting financial information, making it easier for computers and analysts to read and process the data. It's for the number crunchers out there, translating complex financial details into a format that's easier to analyze. And finally, we have the signature block. This is where the key people at the company, in this case, John S.U., the Chief Executive Officer, officially sign off, saying that everything in the report is true and accurate to the best of their knowledge. It's a formal stamp of approval from the top. Now, looking at this report overall, Kairos Pharma seems to be on the right track with their drug development. The positive safety results from this phase 2 trial are a really good sign. For investors, this means the company is showing progress, which can lead to more funding and eventually, if the drug proves effective in later trials, to significant revenue. The biggest opportunity here is clearly the success of ENV-105. If it moves through clinical trials successfully and gets approved, it could be a game changer for patients with metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer. That's a huge market. The risk, however, always lies in the unpredictable nature of drug development. Even with good safety data, efficacy, meaning how well it actually fights the cancer, is the next huge hurdle. There's also the competition. The landscape for cancer treatments is always evolving, and they need to show their drug is not just safe, but better or at least as good as existing and emerging treatments for this specific patient group. That's also the competition. The landscape for cancer treatments is always evolving, and they need to show their drug is not just safe, but better or at least as good as existing and emerging treatments for this specific patient group. In my opinion, Kairos Pharma is making all the right noises. They're focusing on a serious unmet medical need, and their initial safety data is very encouraging. Being an emerging growth company means they likely have the flexibility to adapt quickly, but it also means they might be more sensitive to market fluctuations and funding challenges. The real indicator to watch will be the efficacy data from later stage trials. If ENV-105 can truly make a difference in data and outcomes, this stock could see significant growth. What's your take on Kairos Pharma's announcement? Do you think ENV-105 has a bright future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth looks at company filings. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more insights and discussions. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.